Interesting to see in singles.
For me, it's all about it's an open field this weekend, and the young players really trying to make a name for themselves this weekend in Newport Beach.
You heard Chad mention it, and no, your calendar did not deceive you. It is Thursday, which means we are playing singles here in this round of 16 matchup between John Cangelosi and Max Manthou that has just gotten underway. Manthou in the purple at the top of the screen, Cangelosi at the bottom in the gray.
Did you say Manthou's wearing purple?
Never.
It's a shocker, I know.
It's shocker. Shocker.
This is actually a rematch of the semifinal here back in July. Cangelosi taking that one, moving on to the final, ended up losing to Chris Hayworth in the final.
Cangelosi likes it out here in Southern California, even though he's a Florida boy.
Those were a couple of close games, though, between Manthou and Cangelosi back in July, 16-14, 17-15 in the semifinals. Manthou would go on to take the bronze medal in that tournament.
Oh,
Cangelosi finding all the lanes.
Well, and that's what we've seen from Cangelosi throughout the season. Dom, you were talking to him a little bit at the beginning. He's had some injury, took some time off. He's come back, had a few issues in Florida with some hurricanes. But he's one that he's going to create. He's not going to overpower you, but he's going to create angles, and his court coverage is exceptionally good.
That's that great footwork, does Cangelosi, the background in hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, he just missed it.
We're right down this sideline here, and that ball that Manthou just hit almost hooks in. It wasn't wide. It was just long. I almost started talking in the middle of that point. I thought it was over.
Oh, that's something you don't want. Those missed returns here you don't want to miss return ever, but it seems to be even more important in rally scoring.
Oh, Manthou missing an easy forehand there.
Yeah, great read by Manthou. He jumps to the spot early, reads Cangelosi, but again, almost too much on it into the net.
And Cangelosi returning the favor, side out. Cangelosi just pushing that a little bit wide off the forehand side.
Yeah, just trying to go a little too fine there. And Manthou, with how much court coverage he has, you have to try and really push the limits. Cangelosi trying to find the line, but
in a lot of ways, it feels like Manthou and Cangelosi have similar styles in terms of their court coverage. Oh.
But you're right, Dorian. They both cover the court so well. They're not, either one of them, the tallest guys on tour, but they use their footwork, like you mentioned earlier, to their advantage. Both Cangelosi and Manthou run down a lot of balls.
Yeah.
Oh, slid the winner pass.
But the lob in the middle of that point right there was to the favorite Cangelosi. Manthou looking straight up into the sun.
I think
smart move there.
The mishit backhand helped Cangelosi.
Yeah.
He tried to hit a backhand down the line. He mishit it, threw off Manthou enough.
That time Cangelosi can't pick up the backhand. Side out over to Manthou as he stays within one. It is 7-6 in favor of John Cangelosi. Or 8-5 rather, as took a second for the scoreboard to get updated. Ooh. Manthou going for a little extra on the serve.
Cangelosi, just watch him squat through this two-handed backhand. It's just textbook right here. Squats nice and low, doesn't come up, and then just hits this winner down the line.
And some nice placement there from Manthou to earn the side out.
Oh, just missed it wide.
Pushed it just wide.
I thought he was going to hook that back cross court right there.
Would that have been the better choice?
Flip a coin on that.
Yeah, right. If he makes this
Manthou
one,
tried to shape it. It would have been perfect. But you're talking about running this direction. You're running cross court trying to flick a ball back behind you.
That's an easy put away there for Cangelosi.
well, it's perfect setup right here. He gets Manthou to run around the forehand, and then as Manthou is sprinting back to try and get back to the middle, thinking Cangelosi is going to go opposite corner, he doubles up to the same side. Great setup and execution by Cangelosi.
Tried to shape the forehand over the net. Couldn't quite get enough margin. Still a 5-point lead here in game number 1 of this round of 16 matchup. Oh, Manthou getting a little love off the tape.
Well, he'll take it right now as he's down here in this first game.
Oh, so well placed by Manthou.
Cangelosi asking referee. Yeah, it looks like it was inside the line. Cangelosi asked the referee right there if she saw that ball. Ball looked like it was going well deep off of the paddle of Manthou, but it rolled in.
That's a nice put away there from Cangelosi.
The little inside-out forehand by Cangelosi, the way to keep that in and push it back nicely. That's a great job. He made that shot look easy. It's tough on the approach there. Got Manthou moving completely to the sideline and then gets the overhead.
Oh, and then goes passing shot down the line to earn himself a game point.
Cameraman Mitch over there gets drilled with that ball. Like you said here, it'll give Cangelosi an opportunity to go up 1-0 here. The ever so important first game.
Oh, he had him.
Manthou knew he had him too.
Manthou was leaning to the forehand side.
If Cangelosi gets it over the net, no chance for Manthou. And he knew it too, did Manthou. He was laughing about it.
10-14. Slices just wide.
And that's good ball movement there from Manthou as well. Forcing Cangelosi to go forehand volley, backhand volley.
And Cangelosi's run through the bracket back in July was astounding. He knocked off Mario Barrientos, Grayson Golden in the round of 16, then Brandon Lane, and then Max Manthou before finally falling to Chris Hayworth in Championship Sunday.
Ooh.
Got a little big there at the line, and all of a sudden Manthou back within striking distance.
Well, and that's the danger of rally scoring. We've seen it throughout the whole season. At 14-7, 14-8, 14-9, you get,
no timeout.
Still no timeout.
I'm shocked.
An unforced error off of the forehand wing there by Cangelosi, and Manthou back within one.
Well, it's that freeze on 14.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a mental block as well. Ooh.
Manthou calls it good right on the back of the line.
Yeah, it was tough. It balls. Manthou's almost anticipating it's going to go long. It doesn't and catches the back of the line there and give Cangelosi another opportunity here in game one.
Manthou does have a reputation of being a generous line caller on tour. It's game point number 2 for John Cangelosi. This time he converts off of the edge guard. Mitch gets it once again in the stands. John Cangelosi takes game 1 over Max Manthou, 15-13. Here in our men's singles round of 16. Don't go anywhere. There is still plenty of action ahead here at the OWL APP Newport Beach Open.
Introducing Persona IQ, the smart knee. Address your knee pain with a replacement that contains sensors which capture helpful information such as your range of motion, stride length, walking speed, and step count to ensure your new knee is performing at its best. It keeps you connected to your healthcare team so you can receive important reminders and personalized recovery guidance. It's not a GPS. It doesn't collect where you've been or where you're going. Persona IQ, a smarter way to regain mobility.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
My name is Chef Jamoke Jackson. I'm here with Vlasic Pickles, and I'm putting the pickle back in pickleball. In pickleball, a chop is a slice from high to low to put a backspin on the pickleball. I'm chopping up Vlasic Pickles to make this sweet and savory chopped pickle salad. Feta cheese, Kalamata olives, olive oil, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, sugar, black pepper, toss to mix. Sweet, heat, and full of flavor.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
The APP is sponsored by Zimmer Biomet. Moving you forward. Visit smarterme.com today. AARP, helping your health and happiness live as long as you do. And Rain Energy, clean, plant-based energy. Welcome back to Championship Court here at the APP Newport Beach Open. Game 2 underway as John Cangelosi starts it the way he ended game number 1 with a point.
Yeah, and it was impressive there for game 1 with Cangelosi. He's like we talked about, he's not overly or overpowering Manthou, but he's moving him around. He's forcing mistakes because Manthou is either hitting on the run or he's trying to be so fine that Cangelosi can't get to the ball.
Sprays that one wide. So then what's the adjustment that Manthou needs to make here in game number 2?
He's got to force Cangelosi to hit one more ball. He's got to take advantage of getting to the kitchen line and controlling the point and moving Cangelosi. Cangelosi is the one that's getting to the kitchen line first in a lot of these points, and he's taking advantage of that.
Yeah,
Good ball there.
He worked his way back into the point there, but Manthou's third shot, he tries to go a little bit firmer, tries to hit it through Cangelosi a little bit. He's almost got to drop that ball, make something bounce into the kitchen, near the kitchen line out wide, pull Cangelosi off the court, and then he can start the run. He tries to hit through Cangelosi, and now he's scrambling, and Cangelosi's controlling that kitchen line.
2-all here in game number 2. Overhit the forehand side out, point Cangelosi.
Just jumps up through it late, and he's got to stay down, that being Manthou through that drive. If he wants the ball, keep that ball down.
You got to keep it away from Cangelosi with a backhand like that. Wow.
Well, especially if you look at how short the return is here. Cangelosi's able to step into it. Manthou not even to the kitchen line yet. So that's a tough ball. You know, majority of men are going to return and come straight forward, but that's a tough ball to try to get up to the kitchen line on.
Manthou going back cross court, called wide. The call stands. So Cangelosi has ripped off 3 straight points here to take a 5-2 lead after he took game 1 15-13. Oh, Cangelosi just painting lines out there.
That's just a good ball there from Cangelosi as he goes back down that line. That's just pretty again. Watch this forehand. just kind of hooks that right back in, and Manthou was almost hoping it would go out, but catches the outside part of that line.
Little Rafa action on the finish from Cangelosi off that left side. That's a good ball from Manthou, doubling up.
Yeah, that's a stronger volley right there. He missed that forehand volley earlier by trying to go for a little too much this time.
Manthou, the University of Washington alum.
Yeah, good control there again from Cangelosi, reaching in, taking those balls early, using good angles, and just he continues to keep the pressure on Manthou. He's not giving him any balls where he can really set up.
That's a good ball right there from Manthou. As he runs around this forehand, he goes inside out with it instead of just ripping this down the line. Goes inside out and gets Cangelosi off the sideline. Not even behind the baseline, but off the sideline and off the court.
Ooh.
That was a nice forehand there from Manthou.
Yeah, a little inside in. Manthou set up like he was going to go inside out, take that ball cross court, and then last second just flicks it down the line.
A little misdirection. Back within two. Manthou on serve. And Cangelosi read it perfectly.
Again, nice job there. Again, controlling the point from the kitchen line. Has Manthou on full sprint sideline to sideline. And the only thing Manthou could do is throw up that lob just to try and get back in position. Then he guesses, but Cangelosi with the put away.
You don't see many players be able to run Max Manthou around the court.
Yep.
Well, right now, everything going Cangelosi's way. Net cord winner. Manthou can't believe it. Takes a timeout.
Well, I'm also going to come back to, the difference in the depth of return between Cangelosi and Manthou. Cangelosi, when he is returning, is hitting a much deeper ball, and Manthou is actually hitting off of the back foot. Doesn't have anything to really be able to create a passing shot out of, where Manthou's returns are a little bit shorter. Cangelosi is able to step in, and Manthou's kind of scrambling already from that return.
Where does the difference in the penetration in those returns come from?
Contact point. Manthou's catching the ball a little bit deeper, a little closer to the body, so he's not getting the depth on that return. Cangelosi, on pretty much every ball that he's hitting right now, it's out in front. The contact point's early, so it's giving better depth.
Tom, what's the one thing you would like to see from Manthou coming out of this timeout?
I want him to be aggressive, right? I want him to be aggressive. Out of this timeout, Cangelosi serving. Get to the kitchen line. Hit a really good, hard, deep return here. Keep Cangelosi back. Chad mentioned it earlier. He's returning a little short right now, and Cangelosi's able to step into that. He's got to get a deep return here.
He tried to go deep.
Yep.
Too deep as it floats long. So another point for Cangelosi as he's opened up a 5-point advantage here in game number 2.
Oh,
twice.
Oh, Manthou got
may
there.
Have been going wide.
Yep.
And if you're Manthou, you can't let it go because you don't want it to fall on the line. And right now, Cangelosi just all over it.
Well, you see Manthou's going a little bit more extreme on that slice return, trying to keep the ball low. He's had some opportunity. That last one, he just tried to rush the forehand volley.
12-5. Manthou slaps the forehand winner in the corner.
Well, again, there's the aggression, right? He's got to do that so Cangelosi can't run this down. He's been blocking a lot of these sideline to sideline instead of finishing. Right there, gets the ball up on the forehand and finishes that cross court.
A little more offensive than defensive in terms of that point construction. Nice touch there from Manthou.
But that was a much better ball there from Manthou. He just gets the angle down, makes that ball bounce. Cangelosi now taking a ball from below the net, trying to go deep on Manthou is a much more difficult ball.
Manthou coming off of a gold medal in Dallas alongside men's doubles partner Eric Lang. That one sprays wide.
And here it is, too. The last point and into this point. His forehand, he's grip and rip. He's ripping this and creating some shape on it. I like this. It's a little more aggressive. It's exactly what I want to see out of Manthou.
Still a 4-point deficit.
Oh,
it was going for the ATP. Cangelosi just put it out of reach.
Yeah, excellent angle here from Cangelosi. See how early he takes that ball. Manthou trying to cover from the furthest part of the court away from that ball.
Reminds me of the way that Andre Agassi used to play. Just put the ball one step beyond their opponent, make him chase it down and take out their legs. As Cangelosi misses the forehand in the net. So a side out. Manthou still trailing by 4 here in game number 2. A forehand error makes it match point.
Yeah, again, you just Cangelosi making one more ball each time. Manthou trying to be just a little too perfect right there into the net on the third one.
14-9.
How many leg cords for Cangelosi?
Oh, I'm talking about the hands of Manthou.
Yeah, to get each
To
one of
get
them.
each one of them.
So Manthou still in the second game. Cangelosi now frozen at 14. And this is the same number differential that we had in game number 1 as well. Manthou was able to go on a little run, couldn't come all the way back.
Wow.
Oh.
What a drop there from Manthou.
I
That's
thought that
dirty.
ball was wide. I thought that ball was wide.
The margin for error on that drop.
There was none.
0.
Oh, this time Manthou catching the tape and not getting the same love.
Well, that love, again, he's trying to go cross court. So as it clips the tape, now it pops up and just sails wide.
Match point number 2.
Oh, he'll take it. Finally.
The net cord giveth as it taketh away.
He finally gets a net cord right there and puts his hands up going, jeez, finally, give me something.
Those are the kind of net cords that you apologize for, but you don't really mean it.
Not one bit.
No.
Manthou with life here in the second game. All of a sudden, once again, back within 1. And Chad, you talked about the mental block of being frozen back in game number 1. As a player, how do you get past that mental block?
I mean, it's difficult, but, you know, we go out, and when you get to 14, then you just literally treat it like side-out scoring.
Oh! Oh, the net cord is the star of the show here in this match.
Just watch this thing roll. Watch it roll.
Oh.
That rolled at least 3 feet on the net.
But going back to your question, if you start thinking about that, okay, this is rally scoring. If I make a mistake, my opponent's going to get a point. Then you start playing tighter.
Third time's the charm for Cangelosi. Rips the backhand winner as he dispatches Max Manthou in straight games 15-13, 15-13 in our men's singles round of 16. We will be back with more singles action here on Championship Court. You're watching the AL APP Newport Beach Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
At The Botanist, we always look further, seeing potential where others may not. We sustainably hand forage 22 Isla Botanicals to make a beautifully balanced gin, capturing the essence of our Scottish island home, consciously crafted by our community to be enjoyed by yours. Look further.
Welcome back to Championship Court as we take a look at the Good Idea game point.
Yeah, Cangelosi controlling the kitchen line for the majority of this match and really keeping the pressure on Manthou. You see him forcing Manthou to just scramble across the court. And then a little net roll for the point. We're going to throw it down to Dominic Catalano, who's courtside with our Franklin post-match interview.
John, again, you have probably the most let cords in that game between you and Max. You mentioned it before we got on air here. What's going through your mind? You got a bunch, he got a bunch, but in the end, you know, you end up pushing through that and kind of figuring out what you need to do against Max there.
Yeah, I mean, Max is a great player. We've battled a few times now, so very tough opponent, always brings his A game, I figured, you know, I have to just focus on the next point. I mean, I was fortunate to get a few let cords, but also I know he had one towards the end, and especially on match point. But you can't dwell on it. You just got to move on and focus on the next point, because if you let it bother you, that could affect the rest of the match.
And I'll talk a little bit about, you talk about you're in Florida, dealing with stuff there, you're dealing with some injuries, but now you're back here in a place where you made Championship Sunday, and now the next round, you get who you faced, Chris Hayworth, on that Championship Sunday. What do we have to look forward to in this quarterfinal?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Chris again. I've been out a couple months, so it feels good to get back at it and be out here competing. I'm going to have to change my I think I'm going to have to execute a little better than I did the last time against Chris, but, you know, he's as good as he is because he's just a hard worker and a great player. And, I'm excited to be back in Cali. It's a great place here at Newport. Just want to give a shout-out to everybody watching at home, especially the Laurel community. Thank you so much for your support.
John, congratulations. We'll take a quick break. Next up here on Championship Court, Jack Foster and Zane Ford. Don't go anywhere.